In 2026, everything you thought you knew about U.S. foreign policy just took a sharp turn, a sudden shift, an international crisis no one saw coming. And here's the catch. It's not just Trump's move. It's an entire political system unraveling in real time. Imagine Republicans, the same party that usually supports Trump's every move, are now standing in opposition against a war he's trying to start. And it's happening in Greenland. Yes, Greenland. So why does this matter to you? Because this isn't just about some far-off land. This is about the stability of global alliances and your place in all of it. And what happens next could change the future of the entire international order. But here's the question. Can Congress actually stop him? Stick with me, because what they're doing could be the only thing standing between us and war. This isn't just about Trump. This is bigger. What started as a few offhand remarks is now shaking the very foundations of NATO, the alliance that has kept global peace for decades. In 2026, that peace is now in question, and it's not just the world watching. Congress is stepping in. Republicans, once loyal to Trump's every word, are now joining forces with Democrats to stop him from taking military action in Greenland. This is where we are right now. But here's the kicker. Why now? What's changed to make even his own party step back? And more importantly, what happens if they can't stop him? Is this the beginning of the end for NATO as we know it? What if I told you that a bill is now on the table, yes, right now, that could legally block Trump from taking military action in Greenland? Introduced by none other than Republican Don Bacon, it's called the Stop the Funding of the NATO Invasion Act, a bill designed to stop any federal funds from going toward military action in Greenland. This isn't some backroom deal. This is real, and it's gaining bipartisan support. Imagine that. Republicans and Democrats uniting to halt an international crisis before it even starts. But notice what's missing from this bill. No one's talking about stopping the president from declaring war. No, this bill goes straight for the wallet. No money, no war. Think about the power of that. Could this be the loophole that finally slows Trump down? Or is this just another temporary roadblock? Now, here's where things get truly intense. If this bill passes, it won't just slow Trump down. It could completely cripple his military plans. Federal funds will be off limits no matter what. Even if Trump ignores Congress and pushes forward with his plans for Greenland, anyone can stop him legally. And here's the thing. This isn't the first time we've seen a situation like this. Think back to how past presidents, even in the most heated moments, had to face checks from within their own government. This isn't just a Trump problem. This is a system that's supposed to hold power in check. But here's where it flips. This bill goes even further. It says that any military officer who follows an order to invade Greenland will be committing an unlawful act. That's right. Illegal orders could now be stopped in their tracks. This is a whole new level of resistance, and it could set the stage for an unprecedented clash. What if this actually works? But wait, it gets darker. As this bill moves forward, the real weight of the situation starts to hit home. What Congress is doing right now isn't just about Greenland. It's about the entire international order. This isn't just another political fight. This is a battle for the future of NATO. Think about it. Trump has been publicly undermining our allies, and now his own government is starting to resist him. But here's the kicker. Republican Senator Ted Cruz actually predicted this. Back in 2016, he warned that Trump might go as far as invading Greenland. A statement that sounded extreme back then now feels disturbingly prophetic. Now, here we are. And even Cruz himself is stepping back from his past support, watching in disbelief as Trump's vision for America isolates us even further. This is no longer about just a president making unpredictable moves. This is a breakdown of trust. The question now is, can we fix this before it's too late? Now, here's where it all starts to unravel. In just a matter of days, multiple forces are colliding. The bill in the House is gaining momentum, and the Pentagon is facing a crisis of its own. Senators like Mark Kelly are publicly warning military officers not to follow illegal orders, sending a signal to the ranks. This isn't business as usual. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Trump's push for military action is creating a pressure cooker. This isn't just one isolated incident. It's a cascade of failures, leaks, and growing fear among leaders. And what happens if this continues? What happens when resistance inside the government becomes a daily battle? Can anyone stop this now? Or has the momentum shifted too far to turn back? The weight of this fight is stacking higher and higher, and the clock is ticking. But now, let's talk about you. Because this isn't just about politics or distant power struggles. This is about real people, you, and what happens when political systems start to fail. Imagine waking up tomorrow to find out that your country, the one you thought was stable, is on the brink of a war with NATO allies. The consequences of a fractured relationship with Denmark, Greenland, and the rest of Europe are enormous. For ordinary people, it means rising tensions, instability, and a future that suddenly feels unpredictable. This is no longer about just military action. This is about your security, your future, and the safety of the world your children will inherit. If this feels familiar, if you've seen the cracks start to show before, say so in the comments, because if this is happening, it's happening to all of us. Now, let's take a step back and look at what's really going on here. This isn't just about Trump or even about Greenland. It's about a much deeper systemic problem. This is about how power works, how political leaders exploit their influence, and how global alliances are held together by fear, leverage, and spectacle. What we're seeing right now is a battle over control, not just over Greenland, but over the world's balance of power. NATO, for all its faults, has been the pillar that's kept the peace post-World War II. But what happens when a president decides that the system doesn't serve his personal agenda anymore? The erosion of NATO, one alliance at a time, is the kind of destabilization that could change the world order for generations. And here's the unsettling part. This could be just the beginning. The cracks in the system are widening, but this story is far from over. So where does this all lead? There are two paths we could take from here, and neither one is clear. On one side, Congress could succeed in halting Trump's military ambitions in Greenland, forcing him to retreat and face serious consequences. The bill could pass, setting a powerful precedent for future checks on executive power. But on the other hand, what if this bill fails? What if the growing pushback against Trump is just a momentary blip and he keeps pushing the boundaries? If that happens, we might be looking at a future where NATO's power is irreversibly weakened, where alliances crumble, and where global security takes a backseat to one man's political agenda. The momentum is already building. Where it takes us, no one can say for sure. But one thing's certain, the next move is already in the making. And here's the deep takeaway. This entire crisis isn't just about Trump or Greenland. It's about the fragility of the global order we've relied on for so long. NATO wasn't just a collection of nations. It was a symbol of stability, a bulwark against chaos. But now it's crumbling piece by piece. If we lose it, what comes next? A world where isolationism and power grabs define the future? It's a terrifying thought. So the next time you hear about another diplomatic breakdown, another military threat, remember this moment. And if you want to stay on top of how this story unfolds, because it's far from over, hit that follow button and subscribe for more deep dives into the issues shaping our future.